Childhood sweethearts. Those four words hide all the heartbeats and unspoken confessions of youth. The flutter of youth is like green plums after the rain. Sourness hides an addictive sweetness. But after the sweetness comes the endless bitterness. The secret everyone knows but dares not speak of isolates her outside the most lively castle. Yet after all these years, among all the encounters, what she loves most is still the reunion after a long separation. A simple good morning feels like it can wash away all the missed time. But reality isn't a fairy tale. Exhausted fashion designer Song Liao Liao just wants to die on the spot on this ordinary morning. Just look at that haggard face. No need to ask another all-nighter. The culprit? That fickle, borderline insane lead designer. Their opinions sawed back and forth for days with zero progress. Yesterday, she finally snapped and decided to take matters into her own hands. Chief designer? Huh. In this love-hate relationship, the word love should have been deleted long ago. She's starting to wonder if her name's on a death list. Don't dwell on your resentment too long. The worst is yet to come, a meeting with the marketing department this afternoon. SOS. But here's the hotter gossip. Director Gu has been transferred to a subsidiary. It was rumors before, now it's confirmed. One down, but who will fill the void? The suspense begins. Bombshell. The new director is a parachuted-in high-level connection. Rumor has it she's got serious pull, and she's arriving today. The entire office is buzzing. While everyone gossips, all Song Liao Liao wants is to catch a quick nap, saving her energy for the battle this afternoon. But in the very next moment, the new director Pei Yu makes a dazzling entrance. Young, gorgeous, charisma off the charts. The entire department is stunned. What? Pei Yu? That name hit Song Liao Liao's memory like a bullet. Could just be a coincidence. Director Pei in front of her is confident and elegant, but the girl in her memory was introverted and silent. Could she be the same person? Flashes of memory flood her mind, walking side by side on campus, playing in the snow, and that profile of a girl smiling with her eyes closed, leaning on her shoulder. It really is her, the Pei Yu who left without a word, the one she's missed countless times. Speak of the devil. A colleague drags her over to meet the new director. Director Pei, this is our designer, Song Liao Liao, rumored to be your high school classmate. A perfectly timed look of surprise and a smile appear on Pei Yu's face. Oh, what a coincidence. But Song Liao Liao's heart is in her throat. Does she still remember me? To hide her awkwardness, Song Liao Liao forces a casual, joking tone. I've been an office drone for so many years, Ms. Xia. Who'd remember stuff from high school? Translation. If you've forgotten, let's just mind our own business. A colleague quickly interjects, saying she has no filter. And so, in front of everyone, they complete the most standard, most distant workplace handshake. Pleasure, Director Pei. Work hard. Watching the others' graceful retreating back, Song Liao Liao's heart sinks. She really has forgotten. The office returns to silence. But Pei Yu doesn't leave immediately. She pauses at the door, watching the dejected figure, and slowly closes her eyes. What? A bad memory. It's unclear exactly who this thought is directed at. Finally, off work, Song Liao Liao stretches, only wanting to flee this place that's messing with her head. Passing the director's office, she subconsciously stops, looking at the closed door. Huh, she must have left long ago. An inexplicable sense of loss quietly spreads. The night breeze can't blow away the frustration in her heart. Riding her scooter, shadows of the past fill her mind. Pei Yu, we were so close. Have you really completely forgotten everything? Lost in thought, a red light stops her. Glancing up impatiently, she spots a stalled white coupe at the roadside. The person standing beside it. Isn't that Pei Yu? Her body moves faster than her brain. She parks her scooter in front of Pei Yu. The other is clearly startled too. Miss Song? Director Pei, car trouble? Pei Yu calmly says she's called a tow truck and urges Song Liao Liao to head home, as the night isn't safe. I remember, you used to be scared of walking alone at night. This unfinished sentence strikes a chord in Song Liao Liao's chest. The silence is awkward, but leaving someone afraid of the night alone here feels cruel. Braced by determination, she puts on a slightly goofy smile. I live nearby. I'll wait with you. In the night breeze, Pei Yu looks at her and softly says, thank you. A sudden screech of brakes saved them from a disaster. If Lu Liao hadn't yanked Director Pei back at the last second, they'd have kissed the truck. But the danger seems to pass as quickly as it came. The mechanic approaches, asking about the license plate. Director Pei's identity. Is it about to be unveiled already? The car's a goner, headed for the repair shop. Lu Liao's calculating how to get to work for the next few days when Pei Yu sincerely apologizes for the trouble. The awkward moment is cut by a gentle tease. You can let go now. Lu Liao's blush says it all. she'd been holding on this whole time. Stranded on a late-night street with no ride home. That's Lu Liao's reality. And then, like a scene from a cheesy romance, Renxing appears on his quirky scooter, complete with cat-eared helmet. Coincidence? Sure. His offer to take her home is just the beginning. The night wind, a canopy of cherry blossoms, and the warmth of the person in front of her. Lu Liao holds on tight, her heart racing. The moment is picture perfect, until Mr. Rockstar ruins it with a laugh, saying she's tickling him. So much for a cool, romantic ride. The final stop? A 5-star hotel. Turns out, Director Pei, the high-flying returnee, doesn't even have a settled place yet. A fancy suite is fine, but looking at that cold glass facade, you can't help but think it's lacking a certain warmth. In the hotel room, Pei finally admits the truth. Her permanent arrangements are tied up in paperwork. Seeing this powerful woman feeling so transient and alone, Lu Liao's heart aches. A simple thank you feels woefully inadequate, and Peiyu's casual dismissal of it only deepens the melancholy. Just as Lu Liao is about to make her escape, Peiyu reaches out. A gentle tug on her sleeve. The cool executive mask falls away, replaced by pure, unguarded warmth. It's just the two of us now. Are you going to continue being so formal? The real question hangs in the air. Do you still resent me for leaving without a word? Peiyu admits it. She never forgot. But it's Lu Liao's confession that hits hardest. The memory of her crying for days after Peiyu vanished. That raw, childhood hurt shatters Peiyu's composure, leaving her apology stuck in her throat. To break the tension, Lu Liao scrambles to patch things up. All in the past. We were just kids. She even gives a practical reason for their office distance. Then, with a bright smile, she offers a truce. So, since you remember me, we're still good friends. Saying goodbye, Lu Liao is all cheerful smiles, ready to zip away on her scooter. See you tomorrow. But at the last second, Peiyu's fingers squeeze hers, a tiny, unconscious gesture that screams don't go. A signal completely lost on our clueless friend, Lu Liao. Watching that cheerful figure fade into the distance, Peiyu's smile drops. She whispers into the night, friends? I don't want to be just friends. 10 years of waiting for this? Just friends? That is one deal breaker our director Pei will never accept. Lu Liao heads home late, tired but buzzing from her reunion with Peiyu. She has no idea fate has another coincidence waiting for her. The neighbors moving in, and the elevator doors are about to open on her past. Finally home, Lu Liao collapses on her bed, hugging her bunny pillow. She grumbles to the ceiling. Honestly, Peiyu comes and goes as she pleases. But that complaint is betrayed by the silly grin she can't wipe off her face. Her mind drifts back to a fall afternoon in 2013. A clenched fist. The muttered, she's so annoying. The ugly whispers of bullying. Meanwhile, the target of all this malice sleeps soundly, blissfully unaware of the storm brewing around her. Lost in her musical world in the school hallway, Lu Liao is jolted back to reality by a roar. It's the stern, bald director Chun, and he's furious. Song. Liao. Liao. My office. Now. Seems her crime of drawing on the walls has finally caught up with her. Cornered in the office, Lu Liao gives her most brilliant and most ridiculous defense yet. She was drawing to ward off ghosts in the abandoned building. This excuses makes director Chun see red. Just as he's about to explode, the door opens and a new transfer student walks in. She's the new girl who makes everyone pause. Beautiful, quiet, otherworldly. Is she a transfer student? The whispers start. Even the fuming director Chun turns to Ms. Li and quips, look at your star pupil. But no one knows it yet. With this girl's arrival, the gears of fate have begun to turn. The new girl waits, reassured by Ms. Li. Inside, Director Chen's tirade reaches a crescendo, painting Lu Liao as a delinquent. But in a genius twist, the scene cuts to a hand with a red pen, sketching an exaggerated, angry caricature of Director Chen himself. Now, that's what we call capturing the moment. After school in the library, the infamous, annoying Lu Liao approaches the quiet new girl. Her cheeks are flushed, her eyes bright. She raises a finger to her lips with a gentle, a shy smile, a quiet library. Their story begins not with words, but with a shared, breathless secret. This is the Peiyu from her memories. Still a girl, with that blue beret, her gaze clear yet distant, tinged with a hint of shyness. This face has haunted Lu Liao's dreams for a decade. Ever since the reunion, Lu Liao's been walking around in a daze. Her colleague Ling Ling asks what she's been up to. Reminiscing about my childhood, she admits, while flashbacks of her and Peiyu eating ice cream and drawing flood her mind. One surprise meeting, and her world is already upside down. It's Friday. Lu Liao cheers, ready to clock out and sleep for a year. But her joy is short-lived. Her colleague Ling Ling drops the dreaded question. You didn't see the group chat, did you? Her finger pauses on the water cooler. Oh no, this can't be good. She opens the group chat. Disaster confirmed. A welcome barbecue for the new director. Lu Yao's face falls. A group dinner. Huh. But then, her eyes lock onto the word barbecue. Instantly, her mouth waters, stars in her eyes. I get to have barbecue. I've been craving some for so long. Food always wins. Lu Yao opens a drawer, slipping a mysterious little ring into her pocket. Better be prepared, just in case. At the restaurant, the sizzle of meat and clink of glasses fill the air. Everyone's celebrating the new director, all smiles. But beneath the surface, some plots are quietly simmering. A few drinks in, the mood is loose. The office gossip queen, Ling Ling, takes the lead, lobbing the question everyone's dying to ask. So, Director Pei, are you single? All eyes lock on Pei Yu. Her answer will set the tone for everything that follows. Pei Yu offers a practiced, graceful smile. I'm focusing on my career at the moment. A perfect corporate class answer. Shields up, no vulnerabilities. But her colleagues are already whispering, we have the opportunity to ride the coattails of a wealthy woman here. Welcome to the world of office politics. The dinner winds down. Pei Yu sits at the head of the table, her back to the others. Plates are nearly empty, wine glasses half full. But her posture radiates a cool, unapproachable control. This welcome party has ended, but the true game of hearts and ambitions has only just been set in motion. Here it is. Director Pei's attention is locked on just one person in the whole room, Liao Yao. She's staring so intently, it makes Liao Yao self-conscious. Flustered, Liao Yao checks her face, thinking she has food on it. And then Pei leans in, voice soft, and tells her, there is something at the corner of her mouth. Cue the immediate blush from our oblivious heroine. Liao Yao can't help but wonder, was there really anything there? Sweetie, she's just enchanted by you. Just a casual meal when a gossip bomb detonates out of nowhere. The girls are talking about the band wake, when one of them drops the ultimate question on Liao Yao. You know the lead singer in Xing had a special thing for you, right? She proceeds to spill ancient university lore. How Rin Xing brought Liao Yao breakfast every day and even saved her a seat. Talk about rookie idle behavior. Look at Liao Yao's face. She's absolutely floored. The secret's out, and there's no taking it back. The plot thickens. The gossip queen goes for the kill. People who didn't know you thought you two were a couple. Another friend gasps. But Rin Xing's a girl too? The air at the table goes cold. All eyes are on Liao Yao, who's staring down at her plate, completely silent. The tension is suffocating. And then, a hand reaches over. Another hand gently, firmly closes around it. Hold up. Director Pei just made her move without saying a word. This silent claim is everything. Counterattack. Linlin grabs Liao Yao's hand and lifts it high, flashing the ring on her finger for everyone to see. Our Liao Yao has a partner. Okay, that's the mic drop. The declaration. The blue-haired friend's eyes are wide with surprise and delight. Linlin doubles down. In this day and age, who cares if they're a guy or a girl? All the pressure, all the scrutiny falls on Liao Yao. And finally, she looks up. With a calm, confident smile, she simply says, that's right. The hiding is over. Director Pei delivers the final, perfect line to settle everything. As long as it's someone you like, why should gender matter? Gentle but unshakable. The scene flashes back to their childhood. A little boy is on his knees, begging Pei for a chance. And the young Pei Yu? She just wraps her arms around the little Liao Yao beside her and smiles. Sorry, I'm taken. The truth is, her heart made its choice a decade ago. Official stamp, childhood sweethearts. Under a romantic arched window, with petals dancing in the air, the two heroines share a deep, loving gaze. This is the cover of their story, its most beautiful title card. After all the noise and chaos, time just for the two of them is finally here. The dinner ends, and rain starts to fall. A colleague worries that director Pei drank too much. She denies it, but that flushed face and those slightly unfocused eyes tell a different story. Sometimes, alcohol is just truth serum in a glass. A rainy night. Song Liao Yao stands alone on the street. The confidence from her announcement has faded, leaving behind the chill of the night and her own doubts. She pulls out her phone. The lingering question, the whole boyfriend misunderstanding, feels as cold as the rain. She needs an answer. Gu Yi presses on. Each question a needle aimed right at Liao Yao's weakest spot. Your boyfriend is quite mysterious, huh? It's raining. Can he come pick you up? Working overtime again. Liao Yao bites her lip, tears welling up. She has no defense because the boyfriend is a complete fabrication. Just as she's about to break, Headlights cut through the rainy gloom. A car pulls over and stops. The car door opens. Who steps out, holding an umbrella? Peiyu. Wasn't she drunk and taken home by a colleague? Gu Yi is stunned. So is Liao Liao. Peiyu walks over with that familiar, calm smile, gently pulls Liao Liao close, and says to Gu Yi, "My girlfriend and I are heading home. We'll leave now." Girlfriend. The word hangs in the air like a thunderclap. Gu Yi watches the two of them walk away under the same umbrella, her mind reeling. How could he be her boyfriend? In her memory, the he that Liao Liao admired and relied on, the one with the nice car and gentle demeanor. How could that be Peiyu? The cognitive dissonance is staggering. Inside the car, Liao Liao finally breathes a sigh of relief, thanking her old friend for the rescue. But then the driver, Zhou Lang, glances in the rearview mirror and casually remarks, "Oh, that's Peiyu." Liao Liao's heart skips a beat. Zhou Lang knows they were close in high school and muses about what a predestined relationship they have, to be co-workers again after all these years. Liao Liao watches the rain streak down the window, a bitter taste in her mouth. Yeah, perhaps an ill-fated relationship. Peiyu's reappearance shattered her peaceful life. The reunion was a shock, but also a kind of torture. All the unanswered questions, all the heartbeats she tried to ignore, are screaming at her tonight. But once the wheels of fate start turning, they won't stop. Just as Liao Liao gets home and is about to shower, her phone rings, an unknown number. "Are you Lele? This is the Four Seasons Hotel. Your friend, Ms. Peiyu, is drunk and passed out on our lobby couch." What? Peiyu was supposed to be taken home. How did she end up drunk in a hotel? Liao Liao is at her wit's end. The hotel explains that Peiyu's phone screen was open to her number, and they called out of concern. They ask if she can come pick her up. Liao Liao looks out at the pouring rain and the distant hotel lights, letting out a heavy sigh. What choice does she have? This troublesome childhood friend of hers. Braving the rain, Liao Liao rushes to the hotel. At the front desk, she finds Peiyu completely and utterly wasted. She feels a pang of worry and frustration. "She seemed fine when I left. How did she get like this?" She tries to get Peiyu to her room, but the front desk stops her. "May I have your room key, ID, or room number?" Liao Liao freezes. She has none of those. Just as Liao Liao is flustered and apologizing profusely, a limp arm drapes over her shoulder. Peiyu, who seemed completely out of it moments ago, has her eyes open. There's a sly, tender smile on her face. She looks at Liao Liao and says, her voice slurred yet crystal clear, "I miss you so much, Liao Liao." That one sentence makes Liao Liao's heart stutter to a complete stop. While Liao Liao is still stunned, Peiyu clings to her like a koala, mumbling, "Please don't be mad." The next panel flashes to an adorable chibi flashback. It was all set up. "I hid my ID here," Peiyu planned, "and placed my room card here." She wasn't nearly as drunk as she seemed. This whole night was an elaborate scheme to get Liao Liao alone. Director Pei, you absolute mastermind. Mission accomplished. Seeing Liao Liao successfully abducted in front of her, Peiyu can't hide her triumph anymore. One moment she's elegantly stating, "All right, everything's ready." The next, she's throwing her arms open like an excited kid, declaring, "We can begin." Begin what? It's the middle of the night. Two women. A hotel suite. Danger, Liao Liao. Run. It's a solid hit. Director Pei is clutching her head, tears in her eyes from the pain. Liao Liao panics, rushing over. Are you okay?" Seeing Peiyu's pitiful, tearful face as she whimpers about the pain, Liao Liao's heart melts even as she wants to laugh. So much for the formidable director. This is just a little crybaby who needs looking after. She's so close. So close that Liao Liao can hear a heartbeat pounding in her ears, and she can't tell if it's hers or Peiyu's. Peiyu's warmth and scent envelop her completely. A strange, heart-stopping feeling spreads through her. And in this dizzying haze of intimacy, Peiyu finally asks the question that's been waiting for a decade. "Liao Liao, why did you leave without telling me all those years ago?" The interrogation, 10 years overdue, has finally arrived. The question grips Liao Liao's heart. She looks at Peiyu's face, so close. Those eyes hold grievance, accusation, and a love buried deep down. A swirl of complicated emotions rises up. Annoyed, she pinches Peiyu's cheek. "You're so annoying, Peiyu." But the complaint holds no sting. It sounds more like helpless tenderness. Peiyu sighs. In the next instant, the scene flashes back to their school days. To answer this, we have to go back to the very beginning. High school hallway, sunset. A young teacher Lee is scolding a pink-haired girl. "Oh, Song Liao Liao, when will you stop making me worry about you?" The girl being scolded is none other than a teenage Song Liao Liao. She puts her hands together in a gesture of perfect repentance, all while thinking, "But the new students here, so let me save face. My God, she's been a people pleaser since day one. Teacher Lee sees right through her. Oh, so now you care about face? How about you do as you're told, then? How many times do I have to bail you out from the director? Seeing her good girl act fail, Liao Liao instantly switches to full drama mode, proclaiming, I'm sorry, teacher. I'm guilty of the most heinous crime, so I'll go back to the classroom, face the wall, and reflect. This seamless, over-the-top performance leaves the new student watching from the side, a young Peiyu, completely stunned. And so, their story officially begins with a farcical scolding. Flashback time. A stunning transfer student walks into the classroom, rocking a beret like she stepped out of a foreign fashion magazine. The entire class is instantly buzzing. Check out this guy. He looks calm on the outside, but inside he's desperately praying, sit behind me. Please sit behind me. The crush is already in full swing from the very first glance. But fate has a sense of humor. The new girl does sit in the back, just not behind him, and his clumsy attempt at introducing himself, it earns him a resounding slap across the face. Ah, youth so awkward and so painfully real. But here comes the turning point. While the slap guy is still reeling, a pink-haired girl steps up with a friendly smile and asks for her name. And that, folks, is the very first meeting between Song Liao Liao and Peiyu. I'm Song Liao Liao. With that simple, warm introduction, the gears of destiny begin to turn. Cut back to the present. Sunlight streams through an ornate window, framing our childhood sweethearts. This closeness, this hard-won reunion, it's a scene straight out of their wildest dreams. A hungover morning. The sunlight is brutal. Peiyu wakes up on a sofa, head pounding. But then she feels it, a warm, soft embrace from behind, and that familiar, sweet scent. All the pain vanishes, replaced by a heart-stopping realization. She's here. Liao Liao is really here in her arms. My lone light in the darkness, the breeze I wish to capture, yet had to release. Peiyu is lost in this long-lost tenderness, her fingers lightly brushing against Liao Liao's lips. The tension is electric until Liao Liao mumbles sleepily, Peiyu, is it time for class? Bam! The romantic bubble bursts instantly. They both jolt awake, mortified. The awkwardness continues. Peiyu tried to pretend to be drunk as an excuse to get close, but ended up genuinely blacking out. Liao Liao scolds her for her weak tolerance, but can't hide her concern. Thank goodness the hotel security called me. Who knows what danger she could have been in otherwise. Liao Liao is genuinely frightened. What if you're not so lucky next time? It'd be so dangerous. Don't drink anymore, okay? Her concern is sharp, laced with genuine fear. And this long-lost scolding care, it makes Peiyu's heart ache in the best way. After the scolding comes the softness. A hungover Peiyu is gently forced to stay. Have some breakfast before you go. Even if it's just takeout. One can't cook, the other is still sick from drinking. Yet in this simple meal, they find the comforting routine they've missed for a decade. Time for some casual gossip. Liao Liao catches a detail. Zhou Lang picked you up last night. She even teases Peiyu for being slick. But Peiyu, fresh back from abroad, doesn't get the slang. A little probing, a little cluelessness. This simple chat suddenly has layers. Bombshell dropped. Peiyu asks if they're dating. Liao Liao lays it all out. It's all fake. She's just using Zhou Lang as a pretend boyfriend to shut down office gossip and pressure. But don't tell anyone, okay? Especially in front of Gu. This secret is for Peiyu's ears only. Hearing it's all fake, a weight lifts from Peiyu's heart. All right, that does make me feel at ease. That's her most genuine relief all day. Finally, she can ask the question burning inside. What about you? How was it overseas? Did you make any other good friends? Liao Liao's answer freezes the air. I didn't have a good time at all. I missed you the whole time, Liao Liao. A decade's worth of hurt and longing is on the verge of spilling over. But then, Peiyu's phone rings. I'll be right over. She has to go. And Liao Liao swallows, all the words rising in her throat, forcing a calm facade. It's nothing. You should go if it's urgent. Once again, the conversation is cut short, and she's left alone. Escorting Peiyu to the door, Liao Liao thinks it's a final goodbye. After promising a meal, she casually asks, is this Tangerine Beauty Bay? Yeah, what's up? Number 1806 is my new apartment. Silence. The world just shrunk. She is living right next door. Things are escalating. Peiyu hands over a brand new toothbrush and face towel, insisting the alcohol-smelling Liao Liao freshen up. You should change. It's not comfortable to wear these when they stink of alcohol. The tone, the care, it's already crossing way past the just friends line. Peiyu looks at her reflection, wearing Liao Liao's clothes, next to the couple's toothbrush set. Pink hearts float around her. We're just like a couple. She can't suppress her smile. This isn't coincidence. It's her carefully planned, utterly sweet infiltration. A romantic freeze frame. Ornate windows, falling petals, two women in gorgeous attire gazing at each other. The title, Childhood Sweetheart, has never felt more faded or utterly romantic than in this moment. The second Peiyu leaves, Liao Liao's brain short circuits. Boss, neighbor, drunk call, coincidence? This is too much. Shouldn't an overbearing director live in a penthouse? Why is she in a normal apartment next to me? All clues point to one answer flashing in her mind. Well, it could be all because of you. The suspicion is real now. In her monologue on overdrive, she's been thinking of me? Shock. Then why didn't she look for me? Resentment. Whatever. Giving up. After this emotional roller coaster, she flumps onto the sofa. She says she doesn't care, but her heart is in total chaos. Trying to vent to her bestie, Renxing? Big mistake. The girl sees right through her. Could this friend of yours be you? A photo of a handsome, bespectacled doctor pops up. Liao Liao freezes, covering her phone. Irk. This best friend knows exactly how to fluster her. Video call connects. Renxing on the other side is dressed to kill and opens with, "Hey, baby." Liao Liao's eyes go wide. "Where are you?" So slick. But Renxing brushes it off, laser focused. "Tell me about your friend /." Liao Liao, in danger. Model Fang Hua waits alone in the dressing room. In the living room, Liao Liao holds a plush fox, murmuring she'll wait just a bit longer. Then, her phone suddenly buzzes. Who is it? Peyton Sing. Meanwhile, this black-haired girl with blue eyes just had a full-on explosion of feelings. Practically yelling into the void, she makes a declaration. "Liao Liao, I've fallen for you. And this time, I mean it." Cut to a vision of pure longing. A bride in virginal white, surrounded by fluttering butterflies and petals, holds her bouquet close. Childhood sweetheart, a phrase long forgotten, now polished and shining. A post-shoot professional scene. The power of women photo shoot is over, but the real tension is just beginning. Director Pei's gaze lands on someone in the crowd, and it's loaded with unspoken intensity. Social offense. Rin Xing, the master of being direct, is handing out concert tickets like candy. Everyone's scrambling to add her. When she gets to Fang Hua, "Sorry, I don't really use WeChat." Cue the awkward freeze. Fang Hua, ever the professional, navigates the social maze with grace, but a polite distance remains. Until Peiyu approaches her. A social disaster in the making. Rin Xing finally gets Hua Fang's WeChat, heart racing with excitement. Only for the reply to come. "Hello, this is Hua Fang's manager." The look on Rin Xing's face says it all. F***. Suddenly, a cool, aloof, black-haired girl slams into the frame like a hurricane. The force of her entrance draws stares and whispers. Her response? A dismissive "Mph," as she looks away. But that very distance makes you want to get closer. Hospital. Peiyu bolts down the hall, frantic. She finds Dr. Dai, voice trembling. "My mom, she..." Her terror is palpable. But Dr. Dai looks confused. "Why are you here now?" The ominous feeling skyrockets. A false alarm. The doctor explains it's just a routine checkup with slightly elevated levels. A few days of observation and she can go home. Peiyu's tension finally eases, exhaustion taking over as she thanks the doctor profusely. But how long will this calm last? The hospital room door opens. Sunlight spills in, illuminating the warm smile on Peiyu's mother's face. She looks at her daughter, standing in the doorway, and softly says, "You came." A decade apart, but a mother's love never fades. By the hospital bed, Peiyu is equal parts worried and exasperated. "Why didn't you tell me about the checkup?" Her mother deflects with a smile, but Peiyu calls her bluff. "Don't forget you had a kidney transplant." A daughter's concern meets a mother's stubborn love. Back home, alone, Peiyu's blush betrays her turmoil. "Did I find her?" "Yes, but it feels like she's avoiding me." The long-awaited reunion is proving more agonizing than she ever imagined. A decade's worth of tears comes flooding out. Peiyu breaks down, apologizing to her mother. "It's all my fault. You couldn't say goodbye properly. You've wasted so much time because of me." The formidable design director is gone, replaced by a daughter consumed by guilt. But her mother gently wipes her tears away, smiling. "It's not your fault, Mom." In a sun-drenched memory of their school years, a vow echoes in Peiyu's heart. "As long as I'm with her, it doesn't matter how much time it takes." Love finally begins to fill the decade-wide gap. 1 week later, something's off. Peiyu hasn't been to the office or contacted her all week, yet there's constant noise from next door. Liao Liao rests her chin in her hand, mind racing. Is Peiyu actually moving away? Liao Liao argues with herself, biting a nail. Don't trust Ren Xing's nonsense. I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. Suddenly, her thoughts are shattered by a call from outside. Liao Liao. Her heart leaps. Pei Yu. Pei Yu is standing there, smiling softly. Have you eaten? Liao Liao instantly goes on the defensive, lying with a smile. Stay calm. We're just friends. Even if it's real, saying no is fine. Until a loud stomach growl gives her away completely. Liao Liao scratches the back of her neck, utterly mortified, forcing a laugh. Just kidding. Bunny slippers meet a chic tank top. This casual neighborly encounter is oozing with something far from casual. Director Pei launches her ultimate attack, clasping her hands, batting innocent eyes. Since you haven't eaten, can you have dinner with me? Liao Liao tries to dodge with a I'm on a diet, but Pei Yu's follow-up is a direct hit. I don't know many people. You're the only person I have. You're the only person I have. The words echo in Liao Liao's head on a loop. Pei Yu's puppy dog eyes are a super effective move. Watching this woman, who's part cat ear charm and part vulnerable plea, Liao Liao's last shred of reason just snaps. The table is laden with dishes Pei Yu cooked herself. Liao Liao is amazed. Pei Yu gently strokes her head, explaining she had to learn abroad. This stewed brisket with tomato is my best recipe. A simple gesture, carrying a decade's worth of unspoken care. One bite. A flavor explosion. Liao Liao is overwhelmed, lavishing praise on Chef Pei. Pei Yu just shakes her head with a smile, telling her not to exaggerate. Under the warm light, two people finally sit together again, sharing a meal made with heart. Pei Yu casually extends an open invitation. Come over anytime you want to eat. Liao Liao readily agrees. Then an alarm blares in her mind. Wait, this smells like a trap. Her rational side, a sly fox, mocks the little rabbit about to fall for the hunter's bait. The moment dinner ends, the next surprise attack lands. Pei Yu sets down her chopsticks, perfectly casual. Can I take a bath at your place? I forgot to buy body wash while moving. Liao Liao, on autopilot, says sure, completely unaware she's inviting the wolf right into her den. The gears are turning in Pei Yu's mind. Pretend to slip, fall in her arms, then. The ambience is primed with heart-shaped sparkles as she leans in for the accidental tumble. A foolproof plan, right? The plan is in shambles. Liao Liao magically produces a brand new bottle of body wash. The supermarket downstairs delivered it as a housewarming gift. Pei Yu's smile freezes. The service industry back in China is just too considerate. Late at night, Pei Yu flops on her bed, complaining to her mom over video call. Mom, Chinese supermarkets are too good. I can't even come up with a decent excuse. How am I supposed to flirt? Burying her face in the pillow. This is harder than coordinating a runway show. Flashback to their very first meeting. A pink-haired little Liao Liao stands up in class. I'm Song Liao Liao. Then, immediately, her shyness takes over, earning a fierce rebuke from her own inner critic. Don't cover my face next time. The social butterfly and social anxiety have been roommates since day one. Youth is chaos and play. A silver-haired boy playfully grabs Liao Liao, demanding compensation, only to get smacked with a book. Focus on your self-reflection essay, she scolds. Her eyes are bright, stubborn, and shining. Neither knew then, the threads of fate were already tying them together. The bell has rung for the last time. The school is quiet, save for two students. Gu Yi is jolted awake, his mind already on the video games he promised to play. But next to him, Song Liao Liao is still furiously scribbling away. Not homework, but a 1,000-word disciplinary report. All she wants is to finish and get home to collapse. It's finally finished. Song Liao Liao is utterly drained, just wants to grab her bag and get out of there. But as she turns to leave, something on the floor catches her eye. A lonely set of keys. A flicker of realization and curiosity hits her. Aren't these the new students? Liao Liao hurls her discovery back at Gu Yi. He jumps at her sudden shout, but his expression shifts once he understands. You head back, he says casually, picking up the keys. I'll get these to her. His offhand comment leaves Song Liao Liao stunned. What's his deal, all of a sudden? But the result of trailing the new student is anticlimactic. Why walk down a dark alley instead of the main road? As the girl disappears around the corner, a surge of impulsive energy takes over. Song Liao Liao cups her hands and yells, "Hey, new student." Too bad her target, fully immersed in her phone with headphones in, doesn't even flinch. Total miss. Right then, trouble finds its mark. In the alley, a sleazy-looking blonde man blocks the dark-haired girl's path. Hey kid, got any spare change? His taunting smile is predatory. The girl shrinks back, clutching her phone. I don't have any money. But the man's greedy gaze has already settled on her phone. In a flash of genius, Song Liaoyao acts. From a distance, she shouts as if calling the police. Officer, someone's getting mugged over there. Her voice rings with feigned authority, startling the thug. With his plan foiled, he can only spit out a weak threat before scrambling away. You got lucky this time. After the chaos fades, only the two of them remain. Pei can't understand why her studious classmate is here, much less why she saved her. Then she sees it. Song Liaoyao, completely winded from her sprint, nearly collapses at her feet. In that instant, a strange, unexpected warmth finds a crack in Pei Yu's guarded heart. So, on that starlit night, Pei Yu does something she's never done before. She gently, tentatively, takes another girl's hand. They run down the path together, the warmth in their palms chasing away the lingering fear and chill of the alley. It's a small, shy gesture, but it's the first click of a long-lost gear turning back into place. Pei finally asks her name and warns her about the alley. Song Liaoyao puffs up with pride, mentally donning a detective's cap and pipe. Pei watches her antics with a mix of exasperation and a fond smile. And when the words "we can walk home together from now on" leave Pei Yu's lips, neither girl realizes a thread of fate has just been firmly tied between them. That night, two lonely souls inch closer. The seemingly strong Pei Yu receives protection from someone else for the first time. And Song Liaoyao, who feels like she's always chasing after Pei Yu, hears her full name spoken back to her. Thank you, Song Liaoyao. That simple phrase is the first medal for her newfound courage. Years later, standing by the school steps, the exact beginning of their reunion has grown hazy. Pei Yu extends her hand with a soft smile. She only shows Song Liaoyao now. Oh yeah, I'm Pei Yu. But does anyone remember? Long, long ago, on another afternoon dappled with cherry blossom light, their very first meeting started with an introduction just this simple. Cut back to the present. It's a new morning, and Fong Ling is already yelling about being late. Song Liaoyao is cruising on her scooter, perfectly relaxed. Fong Ling is practically vibrating with urgency, ready to drag her off the bike. Hurry, hurry. Song Liaoyao sighs. Looks like another day of clocking in at the last possible second. What follows is nothing short of a high-stakes action sequence for a measly time card. The automatic doors are about to slam shut. Fong Ling executes a perfect slide, her hand shooting out to stop the sensor at the last millisecond. Song Liaoyao stares in awe. Is the perfect attendance bonus really worth all this? Out of the frying pan, into the fire, the elevator doors open, and standing right there is their new director, Pei Yu. Fong Ling immediately shrinks, stuttering her morning greeting. Pei Yu, ever poised, returns it and then delivers the killer blow. Fong Ling, why do you keep forgetting you can scan downstairs? Their heroic sprint for the time clock has just been completely exposed to the boss. Fong Ling tries to deflect with a cutesy plea, and even Song Liaoyao jumps in to back her up about breakfast. But Director Pei just watches their little act with an amused glint in her eye before dropping her own bombshell. Oh yeah, I heard the company is choosing a designer to attend the Golden Shears Awards. With that one sentence, all the light-hearted tension evaporates, replaced by something far more serious. Pei Yu confirms the rumor, adding that a meeting will announce it today. Song Liaoyao's heart instantly starts racing. The Golden Shears Awards, the absolute pinnacle of their industry. Just getting to attend the ceremony, even as a spectator, would be a career-defining honor. But as the elevator hits the 17th floor and she sees her talented colleagues buzzing around, the initial excitement cools. So much incredible talent in one company. For just a handful of spots, can she really be one of them? I'd be satisfied if I could just attend the ceremony. It's a humble, desperate wish that lodges deep in her heart. Just as her spirits are sinking, a voice calls her back. Pei Yu holds out a beautifully packed lunchbox. You didn't eat breakfast, right? Eat this. Her tone brooks no argument, and her eyes hold an unconscious softness. Song Liaoyao takes the box, stunned. The knot of anxiety inside her loosens, just a little, under the warmth of this unexpected care. It turns out the breakfast was meant for them to share. Pei Yu had come knocking in the morning, planning to walk to work together, but gave up after no one answered. Song Liaoyao face bombs at her own deep sleeping habits. Pretty much the only time you can wake me up is if it's a matter of life and death like going to work. Song Liaoyao offers sincere thanks, using the formal Director Pei. But the title feels wrong the moment it leaves her lips. Looking at Pei Yu up close, she gathers her courage and whispers the familiar, intimate name she hasn't used in years. Thanks, Yu. A shower of invisible pink petals seems to fall between them, filling the air with unspoken sweetness. But as they say, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Determined to seize the Golden Shears opportunity, Song Liao locks herself at home and brainstorms until her hair is a mess. Inspiration, however, is like her bank balance, utterly empty when she needs it most. The harder she tries, the blanker her mind gets. She's on the verge of a full-blown meltdown, staring at Peiyu's thoughtful messages and then at her own empty sketchpad. Song Liao slaps her cheeks in frustration. Finally, she makes a decision. With a decisive tap, she sends a message. Director Pei, I'd like to use my annual leave. Better to escape this creative prison than to slowly die inside it. Lying in her rented apartment bed, Song Liao dreams of a spontaneous trip, hoping inspiration will strike on the road. Meanwhile, in a parallel reality, Peiyu is in her kitchen, fielding a call about the internal selection. In a conference room, the brutal rules are laid out. Anonymous submissions, only 3 winners chosen. A silent war is about to begin at the company, just as our heroine has officially checked out for vacation. As Song Liao stares despondently at a floor littered with crumpled drafts, Peiyu's message arrives. The first part is all business, reminding her to get her leave approved. But before disappointment can fully set in, a follow-up appears. A dazzling close-up of a lovingly prepared feast, accompanied by Peiyu's warm, chiding words. But the important thing right now is to feed you. Come over and eat. In an instant, all the anxiety and frustration melts away, washed over by simple, profound care. Cover page, content omitted. And just like that, she's gone. Song Liao wheels her suitcase into the familiar alley of her hometown. On the phone, Ren Xing's teasing voice asks, I was going to ask you to get food with me. Speaking of, how are things between you and your friend? But after hanging up, the memories flood in unbidden. Shared meals, silly animal pictures, the unique softness in Peiyu's eyes reserved only for her. She's my neighbor and meal buddy, in addition to being a long-lost classmate. Any way I look at it, we count as friends. Yet Ren Xing's skeptical, you sure about that? Echoes in her mind like an accusation. Across the city, Peiyu sits alone in her car, the call ending with a thud in her chest. Damn it, she didn't bother asking me more. All her careful probing and closeness rewarded with that flimsy label of friend. She slams the car door shut, the sound echoing the closing of a door in her own heart. A tear of pure frustration and hurt glistens, stubbornly held at bay. But fate loves a twist. Just as Peiyu's spirits are at their lowest, an unexpected figure appears under a flowering tree, offering a single, pale rose. It's me, Feng Hua. It's none other than Feng Hua, the very model Ren Xing has been pining for. A new encounter, a memory of a past photo shoot, hints at an unexpected new chapter about to unfold. After a fateful reunion, the universe conveniently provides another excuse. Ahem, opportunity. A leak in Liao's old house. Perfect timing, as she happens to have time off. Casually mentioned, but to Peiyu, it's not a leak, it's a beacon. The words going back to my old home trigger a mental fireworks show of possibilities. A perfectly legitimate reason to be alone together. Game on. Liao grows suspicious. No water sounds? She approaches. Peiyu. The door creaks open. There stands Peiyu, bathrobed, a glimpse of black lace beneath, her cheeks on fire. She delivers the line with devastating, shy precision. Liao, I can't take off my underwear with just one hand. Could you? Help me out. Cue record scratch. The air in the hallway turns electric and thick with implication. Pressed against the cool wood of the door, Liao burns up from the inside. That image is seared in her mind. Peiyu's confident, teasing, dangerously pretty smile. Peiyu was so pretty just now, she whispers to herself, equal parts awed and horrified. This new, assertive, captivating version of her childhood friend is utterly overwhelming, and Liao knows, with terrifying clarity, that she is completely, irretrievably gone for her. Amidst the dryer's roar, Peiyu murmurs something. Liao switches it off. What did you say? Peiyu turns, her expression starkly sincere. I'm sorry, Liao. The apology hangs in the air. For what? Liao asks, confused. Peiyu's gaze drops. For back then, when I left without saying goodbye. There it is. The unspoken wound from a decade ago, finally given voice by the one who caused it. New chapter cover. The silver-haired bride again, now amidst an even more dazzling dreamscape of flowers and glowing butterflies. Childhood sweetheart. A bond forged in youth, feelings nurtured over time, and a future perhaps hinted at by this bridal white. With an apology offered and a wound acknowledged, where does their relationship go from here? The next chapter awaits. Under the spotlights, the galaxy blue gown unfolds. This is Song Liao's moment of glory, far from the timid girl she was a decade ago. Every step on the runway is a testament to her rebirth, her triumph over the past. No longer a damsel in distress, she now commands her own brilliance. Yet, those gazes from below, how much of them are truly cheering for her? A glamorous award show, noisy on stage, distant off it. Peiyu's gaze cuts through the crowd, fixated on Liao Liao under the spotlight. The look in her eyes, is it awe? Or a silent sense of jeopardy? Backstage corridor, the ornate decorations frame an even more elaborate probe. A sweet Jijia doesn't earn a soft reply, but a straight-up, almost cruel, I'm not interested in you. See that expression change? From hopeful anticipation to utter devastation, all in a second. Home as a warm harbor? Not exactly. For Peiyu, it feels more like a strategic vantage point. She leans on Song Liao Liao, teasing, I don't have many strengths, sister, but being persistent and shameless are two of them. Is this self-deprecation? Absolutely not. This is a siege of tenderness. The truth behind that vanished figure from 10 years ago finally surfaces. Under the warm hum of the hairdryer, the memories spill. Her mother's critical illness, astronomical medical bills, the humiliating compromise with her biological father, the forced exile. There are no tears in Peiyu's eyes, but every word of this explanation weighs heavy with the blood of the past. A final 30-minute farewell, a house that wouldn't answer, calls that wouldn't connect, messages that couldn't be sent. She was like a desperate ghost, wandering outside the empty old house. All she could leave behind was an old love letter she thought would never be read. She didn't choose to disappear. The whole world forced her into silence. Peiyu on her knees, her soul torn apart alongside her confession. The struggles abroad, the fear of rejection that kept her silent, the phone crushed by a motorcycle. These details are like blunt knives, slowly carving into Liao Liao's heart. The deepest, most painful truth? Honestly, I'm still the shy Peiyu from 10 years ago. Revelations drop like bombs. The college entrance exam was her shackle. The broken phone her prison. She never received a single call or message. Every ounce of her hatred and resentment, its foundation instantly crumbles. In Song Liao Liao's heart swings wildly between, why did she reappear after 10 years? And why does she keep acting in ways that make me misunderstand? That heartbeat sound, BA dump, is it the alarm of attraction or a PTSD trigger? All the misunderstandings, the grievances, the 10-year void, meld away in a single embrace. Peiyu takes the lead in seeking peace, showing vulnerability. Song Liao Liao responds with tenderness. From now on, everything will be okay. It's not a promise. It's the gravitational pull between them, never severed, finally pulling them back on course. Deep into the night, sharing a bed, Peiyu lies awake, her gaze on the sleeping Liao Liao. The depth of emotion in her eyes is palpable. She's not just admiring, she's affirming. Affirming this treasure regained, affirming that she will never let go again. This night is the calmest harbor after the storm. The cozy facade is ripped apart by a brutal memory. High school Peiyu lived under the venomous labels of mistress's daughter and bastard. Those red letters, bastard, they're not whispers from others. They're the hellish soundtrack looping in her own mind, night and day. Her trembling, her paleness, are the scars of being crushed by collective cruelty. Words of denial choke in her throat, dissolving into fractured syllables and a helpless, curled-up silhouette. That little girl crouching on the ground. She is Peiyu's unhealed scar. And that distant back, whose is it? An outstretched hand or another back, walking away? All her insecurities, all the shadows of the past, are blown away by Song Liao Liao's simple, let's go home together. Peiyu's last defense crumbles. No longer the older sister, no longer the director, she's just a greedy suitor. I don't just want your forgiveness. I want you. This is more than a confession. It's a soul's offering. Their embrace under the starlight is a decade-late reunion, now finally running towards each other. Just as the romantic scene fades, the mood does a 180. The kitten's envelope is heartlessly kicked aside. Wait, who does this white cat represent? That ribbon bow and starry eyes, the overflowing affection. This adorable contrast hints at director Pei's true nature. Ice Queen on the outside, a clingy kitten waiting for her human's attention deep down inside. Childhood sweethearts, weathering the long passage of time. At this moment, in her white dress and veil, she is not just designer Song Liao Liao. She is the perfect dream Peiyu has been painting in her heart for 10 years, now turned into reality. Their future, like this dreamlike frame, is only just beginning. A lunchbox showdown at the office building. Liao Liao casually throws down the gauntlet, comparing her cooking to the restaurant downstairs. And director Pei? She instantly becomes the ultimate hype woman. Obviously, the food you cooked is the best. She doesn't even finish before her cheeks flush. This isn't praising a colleague. It's coddling the person in her heart. The office reeks of gunpowder. Is the Golden Shears nomination just a formality? Director Pei cuts straight to the chase. Don't think about cozying up to the director. For the Golden Shears, I'll do anything. In the new, dark-haired boss lady adds insult to injury. If you spent more time on design than gossip, you wouldn't still be assistants. Every word is a blade drawn. Gu Yi just called the office politics a harem struggle. And she asked with a smile, isn't that tiring? This isn't naivete. This is dropping truth bombs from a whole other dimension. The guy across from her, his whole expression is shattered. Something's off. Gu Yi, usually the queen of dislike, is suddenly showing concern. Even offering Song Liao coffee. Her colleague is stunned. Did she take the wrong pills? Meanwhile, Gu Yi herself, with her teddy bear backpack, just hums along, completely indifferent to the universe's curiosity. This personality flip is definitely shady. The tension escalates. Gu Yi tries to flee under the pretense of heating her food, but Pei Yu grabs her wrist, questioning her. What do you think you're doing? The captured hand is right next to the bare tote bag Pei Yu made. The scent of jealousy is overwhelming. Pei Yu's reply, it's none of your business, is icy and distant, but the iron-tight grip of her hand totally gives her away. Gu Yi takes the stage herself, escalating the warning into a confrontation. She admits it bothers her to see Pei Yu and Liao close. Not for personal gain, but because it feels unfair to others. Song Liao instantly fires back. Are you saying I'm using connections? The conflict finally lands on our main girl's doorstep. Gu Yi's inner voice. Asterisk, she's warning me? The person who seemed to dislike me the most before? Asterisk. High school classmates? Workplace rivalry? Gu Yi cuts to the chase. Why do you dislike me so much? Pei Yu hits back with a question of her own. You really think you've done nothing to offend me before? She's dragging out all the old history. This isn't workplace drama. This is decade-old grievances finally coming to collect. Welcome to the Thunderdome. Director Pei pushes the door open, perfectly intercepting the private talk between Gu Yi and Song Liao. I was wondering where you were. Here you are. It's a statement, but also a warning. Gu Yi's identity, whatever it may be, is instantly laid bare before Pei Yu's eyes. Pei Yu's hand reaches for Song Liao, issuing a lunch invitation as if no one else exists. Yet, that hand carries an absolute sense of possession. Her eyes are on Liao, but the heat of her gaze seems to pin Gu Yi in place. This isn't just a casual let's eat. It's a bold, in-your-face claim of ownership, right in front of the third wheel. All of Gu Yi's masks and armor shatter in the empty hallway. Leaning against the door, a tear finally falls. Why did Renxing have to like you? It's not hatred, not blame. It's the helplessness of wanting something you can't have, the self-abasement of hiding in the shadows. Fei Xing has been the sharpest thorn in her heart all along. A hard cut from a dream wedding to a street corner. This time, what Pei Yu holds isn't a bouquet, symbolizing eternity, but a cold can of soda. The PSSSH of the tab popping is the opening chord of a new chapter. Their story is no longer just a dreamy bubble. It's the effervescence of real life now. A truth-telling session in the convenience store. Liao explains Gu Yi's warning, but Pei Yu spirals into self-blame. She thought joint nominations would silence rumors, forgetting the complexity of human nature. Her apology is the reflection of a director and the full-on defense of her beloved's reputation. I can't control what other people say. Does she truly not care, or does she only care about protecting Liao from the sting? Liao rests the chopsticks against her lips, her gaze resolute and clear. The Golden Shears internal review is an anonymous vote. My conscience is clean. Her confidence isn't a performance. It's earned bit by bit. At this moment, she isn't the childhood friend Pei Yu wants to protect. She's the independent designer who has earned her place in the ring. Pei Yu makes her stance crystal clear. If you bank on special treatment because of our friendship, I'll get mad. That's my take. She's not applying pressure. She's laying down the cleanest possible stage for Liao's dream. True partiality isn't handing you shortcuts. It's clearing out every single obstacle that could tarnish your glory. Pei Yu's final act of tenderness, a homemade lunch, and a quiet, I'll watch you eat. Is this just about making sure she eats? No. This is cradling someone in your palm, worrying about her exhaustion, her hunger, wanting to be part of every tiny detail of her life. It's gentle CEO behavior at its finest. And Song Liao's soft, alright in response, is pure, unadulterated sweetness. This isn't a working lunch. It's gourmet-grade relationship goals. In the familiar hum of the convenience store, Liao Liao glances at her phone. The department chat is buzzing about tomorrow's meeting, but her mind is somewhere else entirely. Just typing the name, Pei Yu, pulls her back to that moment among the falling petals. And right on cue, the owner of that name appears. Pei Yu offers a piece of chocolate, her tone the perfect blend of soft and direct. Let's get back. Liao Liao takes it with a murmured oi. A small, uncontainable smile lingers as she walks away. The sun sets, stars emerge. But patience is a luxury some can't afford. In Huafeng's dimly lit corridor, rapid footsteps echo. She speaks in her phone, frost coating every word. Could you quit bothering me, Ren Xing? Hiding is futile. The messages keep coming, complete with selfies and overly familiar terms. Huafeng pinches the bridge of her nose, her patience snapping. She's really been bothering me lately. The end of her sentence is punctuated by the violent slam of her apartment door. But the moment she thinks she's shaken off one problem, the real threat reveals itself. Hidden in the corridor's shadow, a suspicious hat, a single, watching eye. Someone is at her door. Back with our leads. Liao Liao looks at a conceptual sketch of a wedding gown, her expression soft as honey. Childhood sweethearts. All her sweetest, most distant fantasies about the future seem to crystallize in this one image. Late at night, at Huafeng's apartment, a sudden doorbell shatters the quiet. It's so late. Who could it be? She approaches the door cautiously. A delivery person calls from outside. Hi there. Here's your food order. The door opens. A delivery person in a rabbit-eared hat confirms her name and car number. Huafeng instantly knows something's off. I didn't order anything. Could this be Ren Xing? A wave of violation washes over her. Just leave it at the door, she says coldly. Once the delivery person is gone, her curiosity, or dread, gets the better of her. She opens the strange box. The next second, she almost drops it. Inside isn't food. It's a doll, smeared with what looks like blood. But the horror doesn't end there. Tipping the box reveals more. Photos of her, slashed and bloodied. Broken frames, mutilated doll limbs. This isn't a prank. It's a threat. Pure, unadulterated terror swallows Huafeng whole. In her panic, she accidentally accepts a video call. On screen is an energetic Ren Xing wanna hang. Huafeng's face is pale. She forces calm into her voice. It's nothing. I'm going to sleep. Bye. She hangs up, a chill running down her spine. She can't drag Ren Xing into this. She decides to handle it alone. But as she turns, a wave of dizziness hits. Darkness. Her phone clatters to the floor. Where her vision clears, the room is a mess. And she's on the ground? Wait. Who is that standing over her? 3 threads intertwine. Huafeng's fate hangs in the balance. Liao Liao is on cloud 9 after her competition nomination. And across the city, Ren Xing, as if sensing the danger, cranks the throttle. Her motorcycle tears through the night, heading straight for Huafeng's apartment. In nick of time, just as Huafeng is at her most vulnerable, the door bursts open. Ren Xing rushes in, breathless, grabbing her arm. I sensed something was wrong and rushed over. Taking in the chaos and the horrific photos, Ren Xing's eyes flash with rage. What fucker did this? Her protective fury ignites. Huafeng tries to downplay it, but the shattered photo frame tells the true story. She's been bearing this terrifying burden alone. Heart aching with fear and protectiveness, Ren Xing grasps Huafeng's wrist. Don't be afraid. I'll accompany you. Huafeng instinctively tries to pull away, citing their distance. But Ren Xing meets her gaze head-on, finally voicing the truth she's held back. I can't ignore this, Huafeng. I like you. Huafeng insists on calling the police. Ren Xing wants to handle the box herself. At an impasse, Huafeng slams it onto a trash can. It's not necessary. But seeing the genuine fear and tears in Ren Xing's eyes, her defenses crack. What if they do something even more aggressive in the future? Ren Xing's fear is for her. In the end, it's Ren Xing's hand that finds hers, steady and gentle. Don't be afraid. In this moment of silent solidarity, all the fear, stubbornness, and distance between them begins, slowly, to melt away. Meanwhile, Liao Liao's good news spreads. She secured a spot to represent their company at the prestigious Golden Shears Awards. The door to her dream career is swinging wide open. In the office, Ling Ling rushes over with congratulations and a bombshell. Director Pei didn't even cast a vote. Plus, all the votes are public now. Let's see who dares to spread rumors. On top of that, Liao Liao's designs were last season's top sellers. Double victory calls for a celebration. Liao Liao happily treats everyone to afternoon tea. But her colleague Gu Yi is acting strange, guarding her phone, avoiding eye contact. When Ling Ling gets a glimpse, she gasps. Who sent that message? And what does it say? The atmosphere turns prickly with tension. That evening, at Liao Yao's place, over pizza, Rinxing starts her confession session. I'm the type of person who values sex over friendship, she declares, bracing herself. Last night, Her sentence is cut off. The door opens. In walks Pei Yu, holding a plate of homemade cookies, a warm smile on her face. Hey Liao Yao, I made some cookies. A sudden, unexpected showdown is about to begin. The air freezes. Rinxing points at the newcomer. Who's this? Pei Yu extends a hand, cool and composed. Im Pei Yu was Labia, Liao Yao's direct supervisor. Here, Gaze sweeps Oavain Sing, assisting. Thank you for taking care of Liao Yao all this time. Liao Yao tries to diffuse the tension, inviting everyone to eat. Pei Yu accepts. The small table now seats 3 for the first time. Childhood friend, college bestie, new boss. Underneath the polite surface, currents are shifting. Liao Yao's night is about to get complicated. Here we go, the battlefield of love. The one who lost to her back then is now standing face to face with a rival. Seeing these two interact is like watching a silent execution, gotta admit. Director Pei's face alone is enough to make any competitor crumble. No wonder I lost. The main theme hasn't changed. That sweet, tangled connection from childhood all the way to now. Look at the wedding dress. The title is right there. The writer's sticking with the childhood sweetheart theme to the very end. But the question is, who will be the one to hold her hand and enter this frame? The dining table is a battlefield. Director Pei is playing it cool. A simple, I don't really drink, shuts everything down. Lingling, offering drinks so casually. Did you forget the last time someone got drunk, clung to you, and cried their eyes out? Careful now. Those who know too much tend to disappear. Wow. Laying all her cards on the table. Gu Yi, appearing open and honest, tells Pei Yu straight up, chill, I used to like Song Liao Liao, pursued her for 2 years, got rejected. We're strictly platonic now. Sounds like a clarification, but doesn't every word feel like subtle pressure on Director Pei? Pei Yu's sudden disappearance years ago left the deepest scar on Song Liao Liao's heart. Drunk and vulnerable, the girl who's always so sensible and dense finally broke down. She questioned, she sobbed. Weren't we best friends? This hug held 10 years of pent-up grievance and longing. The name Pei Yu is a deep-seated dependency. Gui sees right through it. She says Song Liao Liao is all talent for work and zero for romance. Dense as wood, probably hasn't even figured out her own feelings yet. Director Pei, listening nearby, her expression freezes. Figured out what? Exactly. Tension finally relaxes a bit, and the service arrives. Look at Song Liao Liao being so attentive. But honestly, this scene looks more like a date between Director Pei and Gu Yi, with Liao Liao as the eager waiter. What a dedicated little third wheel. The most skilled hunters often appear as prey. Director Pei seems to be taking care of Liao Liao, giving her food, offering to make soup. This isn't a boss looking after a subordinate. This is a partner doting on their loved one. Who could resist this slow, gentle, boiling the frog strategy? Rinxing's internal monologue takes the stage. Seeing all this sweetness, she wants a date like that with Hua Fong. But cut to a flashback, college days. That sad little mushroom-haired girl, once again being comforted in Pei Yu's hands. The height joke is still going strong after 10 years. The confrontation ends. Round 1. Gu Yi seems open and frank, but she's throwing fuel on the fire everywhere. After hearing that purely platonic story of failed pursuit, Director Pei goes silent. Her final words, I'd best take care of things myself, are dripping with determination. Translation, your approach is too slow. It's time for my main move. Gu Yi is out. That third wheel has attitude and leaves with style. Now it's just Director Pei and Liao Liao staring at each other. Liao Liao's still confused. Where'd she go? Just as the meal was getting interesting, she ups and leaves? Gu Yi, the unsung hero of relationship development. The moment she leaves, Director Pei makes her move. Pulling on the heartstrings, reminiscing about the old days, buying new pajamas. This isn't a talk. This is a direct move towards sharing a bed. Her intentions are crystal clear. Hua Fang's sudden check-in call is a direct hit. Rinxing, you left your motorcycle keys at her place, and you're still playing it cool? Your little game is already over. The panic after being exposed is priceless. Her facade crumbles in an instant. The phone confrontation is heating up. Rinxing is brutally direct. I like you. Going after you is the prelude to dating. Hua Fang's reply is just as swift. I don't like you. But Rinxing catches the nuance. You don't like me, but you don't hate me. Otherwise, why would you have let me stay last night? This is a duel of masters, every word a blade. Rinxing drops her final declaration and offer. Don't be in a rush to turn me down. Wait and observe my sincerity. The way she lightly touches her lips, smiling, legit cool. This push and pull is incredible. One side is direct confession, the other is cold rejection, but there's this thin, resilient thread of can't bear to be cruel connecting them. The game is still on. Wedding dress again. Ryder, we need to talk. What's with the constant wedding dress covers? Heavy-handed foreshadowing much? The real suspense in this beautiful scene is who'll get to see her in this dress for real. Director, Pei enters the room. Liao Yao's invitation, come, it's a nice and warm nest of blankets here, is pure sugar overload. But then she hits the key question. We use the same body wash, but why do you smell more fragrant? Wait, that's not about the scent. That's code for you're so attractive to me. Can director Pei survive this level of charm? Lights out, mood instantly set. Liao Yao gets all excited about a long overdue friend sleepover, even calling out her name. On Pei Yu's side, her heart rate is probably hitting 180. This isn't just friends chatting in the dark. This is unmistakable, potent chemistry. The night talk gets serious. Liao Yao cuts to the chase. Did you recuse yourself from the contest vote? For me? Director Pei's answer, yes to both. She's so thorough, thinking about fairness and protecting Liao Yao. This favoritism has been obvious for a while. Director Pei's love language is a double combo of career and romance. You respect me, and I want to be worthy of your respect. Seriously, who wouldn't melt? Then she smoothly switches. Let's not talk work. It's like being assigned overtime in your cozy nest. Liao Yao picks up the cue perfectly. What do you want to chat about? The subtext is clear. Anything, as long as it's with you. The killer question arrives. Stroking Liao Yao's hair, Director Pei casually asks, have you dated anyone in the last few years? Liao Yao's first reaction is shock. Then she immediately denies everything, hiding under the blanket. That reaction is suspicious. Dig deeper, Director. There's something here. Firepower upgrade. Director Pei drops the bomb. Ren Xing pursued you. Liao Yao's reaction is pure shocked face. She scrambles to clarify. Just friends, totally platonic, plus Ren Xing cycles through girlfriends so fast. Director Pei zeroes in. So why did you say no? Was it because she's also a girl? Liao Yao's answer. I don't think I even thought about that. I just don't like her. Keyword here, her. The moment of truth. After all that build-up, the ultimate question arrives. Pei Yu looks at the clueless girl in front of her and gently asks, what if it was me instead? The air freezes. Then a soft kiss lands. Not what if. It's always been you. 10 years of searching and waiting. The answer is here tonight. After the sweetness, reality sets back in. But something has fundamentally changed. Look at the vibe. The whole cover is practically radiating something good is coming energy. Ryder, you can't hide it anymore. Back to the office grind. Peiyu's been on a business trip for 3 days, and Song Liao Yao looks like she's lost her soul, poking at emptiness with her chopsticks. Turns out the kiss didn't solve the problem. It created bigger ones. She's floating on a cloud. Work is the last thing on her mind. Even on a business trip, Director Pei is on call. Texting her, unofficially official, girlfriend, sharing updates and souvenirs. But when the other side offers to send money, Director Pei just types, oh no, she's scheming. Next line, sorry, could you give me another 50 souvenirs? Is she planning to feed the entire office some relationship updates? Assistant Ren is on it, though with a facepalm. In the car at night, Pei looks out at the passing lights, her mind replaying the silence that followed that what if it was me moment. She turned away, downplayed it as a random follow-up question. Let's sleep. We got work tomorrow. That's not indifference. That's fear. Fear that taking one more step forward might shatter the tenderness she is now. Finally realizing her feelings might be the easy part. It's the insecurity that comes after that's the real struggle. In the quiet of the night, the two lay side by side, yet a wall of tension hangs between them. A stark contrast awaits at the office. Director Pei Yu returns from a business trip bearing gifts for the entire team, met with a chorus of delighted, thank you, Director. Amidst the cheerful noise, only Song Liao Yao stares at the gift in her hand, a knot tightening in her stomach. So, everyone got one. Then what was the deal with that weird, out-of-the-blue text message asking for my measurements? Was it all just an act? Is she slowly boiling me alive, or cutting me with a dull blade? The performance continues. Pei Yu holds up the keychain Song Liao Yao gave her, calling it cute and thanking her. The genuine-looking praise almost makes Liao Yao forget her doubts. Almost. But the moment Pei Yu turns away, the sharp whispers of her colleagues cut through. These keychains? Skamir's loving. Straight out of a dollar store. Oh, the audacity. Just as Liao Yao's blood pressure spikes, Pei Yu turns the screws, sweetly reminding her she's the last person to submit her design draft. Liao Liao can only sigh internally. Well played. Staring at the wooden may your wishes come true charm in her hand, Song Liao Liao finally admits defeat. Pei Yu is acting exactly like she did before. Perfectly polite, impeccably professional. Gifts for everyone, boundaries clearly drawn. Huh. So she's still the same iron-faced, impartial judge. All these years, and that heart is still a stone. A flashback to a campus bathed in falling cherry blossoms. A younger, playful Song Liao Liao tests the waters with a dramatic flourish. Pray, fair lady, was this rare treasure procured for me alone, or for all the other maidens as well? She's met only with Pei Yu's blank stare, silently questioning her sanity. Undeterred, Liao Liao goes for the literary kill, quoting Dream of the Red Chamber. I knew it. If all the others hadn't chosen, even these leftovers wouldn't have been given to me. A row of bewildered floats above Pei Yu's head. The performance fails spectacularly. A veil of white like a dream, petals swirling in the air. A figure in a wedding dress stands beneath the bright sky, a bouquet in hand, her gaze tender yet distant. Who is she? Who is she waiting for? Is this the final destination of this childhood sweetheart journey? The altar? Flashback to the brutal battlefield of high school. Song Liao Liao's mental state crumbles as she tries to decipher her deskmate, Zhou Lang's chicken scratch homework. Why are you copying from me? I'm not even done myself, she hisses. Just as the deadline looms, her personal deadline enforcer arrives. Class monitor Pei Yu. 2 minutes. Please, just 2 more minutes. Liao Liao begs. Then, thwack. Pei Yu fumbles, and Liao Liao's homework hits the floor. Everything freezes. Thwack. A pile of paper smacks down on her head. Ayu. Pei Yu. Song Liao Liao is reeling. Pei Yu offers no mercy, her face stern. Nope. The teacher's roar seals their fate. Song Liao Liao. Zhulang. 50 copies of yesterday's vocabulary. No going home until it's done. A single thought echoes in Liao Liao's mind. I'm so screwed. Punishment time. Song Liao Liao pouts at her desk, looking utterly pitiful. Ayu, are you mad at me? Pei Yu stands behind her. Yep, a bit. When Liao Liao laments that her beautiful fingers should be drawing, not copying this garbage, Pei Yu apologizes. But as soon as a hopeful spark appears in Liao Liao's eyes at the prospect of copying her work, the iron-willed teacher returns. Nope. You have to learn by yourself. The drill sergeant never truly clocks out. Golden hour paints the classroom. Cherry blossoms float past the window. Young Song Liao Liao looks at Pei Yu and says, but I'll stay with you. She rests her chin on the desk, watching Pei Yu's profile, and whispers it again. I'll stay with you until you're done. Pei Yu's sternness softens in that moment of quiet companionship. Years later, a grown-up Liao Liao sits on her bed, rubbing her eyes with the memory. She has to admit it, even though Pei Yu is more cheerful now. When she gets serious, that strict teacher part of her is still there, deep down. In the dead of night, Song Liao Liao drags her exhausted body to the fridge. The endless work feels like it's about to kill her. Unbidden, Pei Yu's face pops into her mind, along with those strange, cryptic comments. I'd like to see you wear it. I'm looking forward to it. And then, back from her trip, she's just the generous director handing out gifts to everyone. She probably didn't even mean it. I'm so stupid. Lost in her mental spiral, Song Liao Liao is jolted back by a sudden BM. The fridge door slams shut. She looks up, and the pop star Rin Xing is standing in her doorway. Rin Xing, shocked by Liao Liao's pale, ghost-like appearance, yelps, dude, you look like you've seen a ghost. What's wrong? Working myself to death for the Golden Scissors Award, Liao Liao mumbles. Rin Xing blinks. And why are you magically appearing at my door at midnight anyway? Rin Xing whips out the tickets with a knowing smirk. Tickets for you guys right here. Be on time. You guys? Liao Liao is confused. Yeah, and Director Pei. The model Fang Hua, sharp as ever, narrows her eyes. You've only met Ayu once. Spill. What's her game? Rin Xing crumbles immediately. I really can't slip one by you? Huh, she confesses. The model she's pursuing, Hua Fang, works at the same company. If she can get Director Pei Yu to come, then Hua Fang has a professional work-related reason to attend, too. It's a masterstroke of using a flower to make an offering to the Buddha, an indirect route to her goal. With her plan exposed, Ren Xing turns to pleading. Please, I owe you one. You have to bring Pei Yu. I'm begging you. Liao Liao can't resist teasing her. Huh, big-time musician still needs help filling seats, huh? Ren Xing ups the ante, desperate. I'll get you 5 buckets of McSpicy wings. Deal. Liao Liao instantly texts Pei Yu, who replies with a prompt great and 2 little hearts. Now it's Liao Yao's turn to stare at her closet in despair. For the music festival, what should I wear to see you? A wedding dress, a bouquet of flowers, vows yet unspoken. The prelude of childhood sweetheart marches on. What is it led? The answer waits in the next chapter. The music festival bathed in sunshine. A dress to impress song, Liao Yao's eyes light up when she sees Peiyu. Damn, director, rocking that stage-ready hot girl aesthetic. Peiyu tugs at her strap nervously. I don't wear stuff like this often. Just then, movement on the stage. Ren Xing is heading up. Nearby, stylists fire off technical requests. Drums for the three up front, a larger hi-hat for the guitarist. Fang Hua's sharp gaze scans the crowd. Nearby, Peiyu gives a group a final nod. Preparations are good. But then, swish, over at the stage, things escalate. Special effect lights and rain cascade as Ren Xing drops into a dramatic, mid-air pose on one knee, drawing a gasp from her companion. A quick note, these are just visual effects. Do not try this at home, folks. Thud, incoming footsteps. Ren Xing swaggers over, leading her target, model Hua Fang. Let's go, Jiejia. Meet my good friend. This is Liao Yao, and that's Peiyu next to her. Peiyu offers a polite nice to meet you. Then Ren Xing turns to Hua Fang and activates her classic self-sabotage mode, grinning. This is Hua Fang. I've been going after her, and hopefully she'll start dating me soon. Hua Fang's expression instantly darkens with utter disdain. Ren Xing instantly backpedals. All right, I'll stop with the nonsense. Song Liao Yao watches, face-palming internally. Girl, your flirting strategy is equal parts, honesty is the best policy, and a surefire way to get yourself ghosted. A quick backstage briefing. Ren Xing pulls Song Liao Yao aside, whispering urgently. Hua Fang never comes to events like this. I used up all my smooth talk. Today decides my fate. My happiness is in your hands. You have to make this work. Liao Yao is stunned by the rising cost. You now owe me 10 buckets. Meanwhile, Peiyu and Hua Fang are exchanging professional pleasantries, praising each other's recent work. And from a distance, Ren Xing blinks at the exorbitant price of 10 buckets. But for love, she'll pay. Okay, 10 buckets it is. Showtime. Ren Xing flings her guitar skyward with a dramatic spin. Time to get ready. She shoulders her beloved red axe. See you guys later. Liao Yao and Fang Hua waver off with a good luck. For now, beneath the stage, there's just friendship. A thwack as a guitar string is plucked. A show is about to begin. One of music, friendship, and powerful undercurrents of emotion. The stage lights blaze. Music ignites the night sky. The moment Ren Xing steps into the spotlight, the crowd erupts. Fans wave. Aryan Red Heart Xing signs, screaming their heads off. Even Peiyu is stunned. Is she really that popular? Fang Hua smiles. She might seem like a slacker, but for music, she outworks everyone. On stage, the goofball is gone. In her place, a musician utterly lost in the moment, guitar in hand, singing I Want to Hold Your Hand with a raw, gentle intensity. Right now, she shines. The energy peaks. The host throws down the gauntlet. And now, who shows up on the Jumbotrons got a kiss? On stage, two band members are caught, and amidst a roaring chorus of WOO, they share a quick kiss. The host gives a victory sign. Next, but then, a blue-haired figure surges forward, shouting, "Stop!" Has a music festival just turned into a dating show? The wheel of fate on the Jumbotron spins and lands on two stunning faces, Peiyu and Fang Hua. Whoa, two beautiful ladies. The crowd loses it. Quiche, quiche, quiche. On stage, they stand close. Peiyu looks slightly frozen. Fang Hua's expression is coolly neutral. The air thickens with a potent mix of awkwardness, expectation, and 1,000 curious eyes, all demanding an answer. What will they do? A veil of white, a shower of petals, the ultimate fantasy of happiness. When will this dream become a tangible reality? The story of childhood sweethearts continues to wait for its fateful answer. The roaring chant of kiss swells around them like a tidal wave. A dry laugh escapes Liao Yao. Why are they still like this? Fang Hua leans in close. Guess we have no choice. When in Rome. In the next moment, amid a triumphant WOO, Fang Hua cups Liao Yao's face. Petals drift. The light softens. A kiss, born from a bit of peer pressure, but softened by undeniable romance, seals the moment. They kissed. Thump, the sound of a heart skipping a beat. The crowd roars below. On stage, Ren Xing pours her soul into the song. In the audience, Fang Hua's mind races like a detective's. My hunch was right. Director Pei's intentions towards Song Liao Yao definitely aren't pure. A faint blush touches her cheeks as her thoughts drift. And Ren Xing. On stage, Ren Xing smiles softly, haloed in starlight. The tangled web of emotions is proving more dazzling and complicated than any stage spotlight. The air hangs thick with a diagnostic-level tension. Fang Hua turns, and her gaze locks onto a figure in the crowd. Hua Fang. Hua Fang notices the stare, her expression shifting to surprise. Across the noise, their eyes meet. The moment stretches, charged with unspoken words. Then, Peiyu breaks the spell, her voice slightly strained. I need to go to the restroom. She needs a moment. Just a moment to process the sudden storm in her chest. The happy crowd. The Stark women sign. Song Liao Liao leans alone against the wall, her fingers unconsciously brushing her lips. The sensation of the kiss, the warmth of Fang Hua's fingertips, the crowd's cheers. It's a chaotic explosion in her mind. Her cheeks are warm, her heart racing. In that moment, was it just a forced performance? Or an impulsive act driven by something real? She closes her eyes. Where her finger touches, a phantom imprint remains, sweet, confusing, and utterly intoxicating. That unexpected kiss at the music festival just detonated Song Liao Liao's mind. All she can think is it's just part of the show, and what's a kiss between friends? In a desperate mental scramble. But try as she might to play it cool, her body screams otherwise. Her heart's pounding like crazy. Before she can get a grip, she looks up, and Peiyu is right there at the doorway. Peiyu tracked her down, worried she felt unwell. She even apologized for the kiss, thinking it might have killed the mood. Liao Liao's flustered excuse of being caught off guard is so telling. Look at that lingering touch on her cheek. The butterflies are going wild. And Peiyu's soft, that's good then, just cranks the tension up another notch. Cut to the backstage dressing room, and main wingwoman Ren Xing goes for the kill. She corners a blushing Peiyu and drops the bomb. Why are you so red after getting kissed by a girl? Direct hit. Then she follows up with the innocent. Did you have fun today? Peiyu's quiet, yeah. Says it all. And of course, Ren Xing tops it off with Did I look good on stage? Was my confession movie. She knows exactly how to poke the bear. Here comes the straight shot. Peiyu gently takes Ren Xing's wrist, locks eyes, and lays it all out. I sang that song for you. Ren Xing heard it. She thought it was beautiful. And just as the romantic tension peaks, Peiyu delivers the final blow. And you looked good, too. Peiyu, where did you learn this game? The sweetness in this room is off the charts. And the mastermind behind the scenes is revealed. Gui points at Ren Xing and Peiyu, giving orders to a staff member. That's them. The pink-haired one and the silver-haired one. Get them in the same shot when a moment's right. Mission assigned. She walks away like a boss, content in her role. I really am a qualified wingwoman. Gui, you might be a little jealous of Peiyu, but you're a professional when it comes to setting people up. New chapter alert. A stunning wedding-themed cover drops. Our protagonist's Song Liao Liao, in a gorgeous white dress, holds a bouquet as petals float around her. The title Childhood Sweetheart looms large. Is this a fantasy? A dream? Or a glimpse of the future? Back to the present. Our two silver foxes, clearly Liao Liao and Peiyu with awesome new hair, are strolling happily through the city night. Liao Liao posts online, thrilled about her free festival ticket from Ren Xing, a first-time experience. Then, Peiyu suggests, let's take a picture together. The first grown-up photo since their reunion. Here it comes. Snap. Photo secured. Peiyu wants to keep it private, her socials being all business. Liao Liao's heart skips a beat. You'd send it to me? Peiyu's reply is a heart melter. Why not? We're best friends. She even mentions posting pics with Ren Xing and Fang Ling. The scene ends with a warm hug and a sincere, thank you, Liao Liao. I had a great time today. This more than friends vibe is hitting hard. A moonlit walk, and emotions keep rising. Gazing at their shadows, Peiyu confesses softly, honestly, every moment with you since coming back has been wonderful. Liao Liao quietly answers. And then, BM, their hands are already intertwined. But Peiyu just says, it's nothing. This unspoken tension, the warmth of their held hands, it speaks volumes. Then, Chibi Liao Liao bursts the bubble with a hungry, let's eat. Perfect comedic relief. Back home, Liao Liao stares into the mirror, lost in thought. She sees Peiyu's For Our Eyes only post with their picture. Then a text pops up, craving anything tomorrow? Liao Liao smiles, texting back, I'm fine with anything. As she touches her hair, little pink hearts float in the background. Girl, we know that look. That's the falling hard and don't even know it yet face. But our dear, clumsy Liao Liao is about to trigger a legendary awkward moment. She meant to ask Ren Xing what kissing her girlfriend felt like, but her fingers slipped. That question just landed in Peiyu's DMs. That text bubble is now a ticking time bomb. The moment she realizes her mistake, Liao Yao's world shatters. Ah, no. Withdraw. Spam cute stickers. Send frantic, I'm okay with anything haha messages as cover. And then a reply. Was changing, didn't see the sticker. She didn't see it. Liao Yao collapses in relieved exhaustion. A narrow escape. But can she really fool Peiyu, the genius design director? Doubtful. Even though the text went unseen, the memory of that kiss starts replaying in a loop. Was what I felt back then normal? She wonders. Then sensory details flood back. But her lips, they were cool and soft, exactly like her. Oh no, Liao Yao. You're doing a play-by-play analysis. Logic is questioning, but your senses are vividly reliving it. The internal conflict is real. Late at night, Liao Yao sits on the floor listening to music when her phone rings. It's Peiyu. On the other end, standing in the city nightscape, Peiyu's voice is calm but piercingly direct. Liao Yao, did you want to ask me something on our way home? It's happening. Peiyu definitely noticed something. Is this a caring check-in or a gentle interrogation? Flustered, Liao Yao's finger touches her lips, her mind racing for an excuse. What comes out is a hilariously transparent cover. I wanted to ask what lipstick you were wearing today. It looked really nice. Are you kidding me? Using lipstick shade as a cover for questioning kiss sensations? Liao Yao, you're a master at awkward conversation enders. We'll pay you by it. Find out next time.